Okay, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint, using an ambient light rejection technology gain. Today, we are doing a demonstration on the fiberglass surface that I used in one of my demonstrations. Actually, I'll put that post in when I painted the screen. Interesting, it was not supposed to be a part of that demonstration, keep in mind, so you might have to fast forward through a lot of stuff. I was talking about a giant monster screen I'm building in the backyard and some other things, and then eventually I got down to painting this screen right here. So this is the fiberglass screen I did yesterday. The one I had leaning against the fireplace, decided to hang it up just for a little bit here. So there's several ways how you can hang the screen. You can use double-sided Velcro. I like to use this heavy Velcro. It's used for basically for commercial work. This stuff works really good. You stick something, it stays up there. Another way you can do it, you want to permanently leave it up there. You can use little screws like this that will hang it. It won't damage or rip the materials. You don't have to worry about any of that. And then what you do is to cover up the screws so your screws don't push through. Like you always want to use black screws. Do not use silver ones, and use drywall screws because they'll punch through a lot better, much more cleaner drill. So what you want to do is take a little bit of your paint. You only need to take a little bit of it, and take a Q-tip and just dab the top of it. It just blends all in. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. It's black screws. But just in case, like I said, if you're doing a white snowstorm, and this is not going to basically produce a white level, it's a screw, you might just want to dab just a little bit on the top, and that's it, and you're done. There's other ways you can actually just hang it up, you know, when you want to apply it. Now, I actually ordered three of them. I ordered three heavy shipping tubes, like the ones you use for shipping posters in. I'm actually going to put one Velcro one there, and one in the middle. That'll allow me to be to stand the screen up and curve it, or any way I want to push it back and forth, allowing the screen to be to stand up. Because keep in mind, these are like wallpaper screens. You know, you can roll them up. When I get done, I'm going to roll this thing up. I'm going to have this for a couple of days, then I roll it up. So we're going to do two projector setups on this. Right now, I got my Chrissy 1080p projector. This would be my my LWU 420. I remember there's a guy that was actually selling a bulk of these projectors. I was putting out that link over and over again, like, look, you do want to go pick up this particular projector for the price he was selling it at. I got mine for around $230. Some people got this for $217. Once he sold out, he was gone. So the thing about it is that now anyone selling that projector, the cheapest you can get it for is $600. $600 to $1,000. I mean, really good price for that projector. My biggest regret, I should have bought two of them. I should have bought two of them. Well, you know, live and learn. All right, so this screen right here is about 4 feet by 8 feet. Now, you can cut this material, easy to cut. I'm trying to find out who has it, because right now there's a run on plexiglass or fiberglass because people are using them for sneeze guards and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see if I can contact the company itself. Maybe they have some information where I can put a link where you can get the surface from. The closest thing I've seen that you can buy, it's not going to be as flexible as the screen, but it is bendable. You can curve it. I think they call it congregated or concrete cardboard, whatever. It's a plastic cardboard. Just type in plastic cardboard. You can get it at Home Depot and Lowe's for around $14-15 for one sheet. Or if you want to go all out and you want to build this monster-sized screen that you want to piece together, you can just go over to Uline and you can get it for somewhere around. And it's a lot. It's about 10 or 15 sheets, but it's like $325 for it. If you want to go all out and just build this monster freaking screen piece by piece. That's just for people that are doing curve simulators and stuff like that, or they basically just need pieces that they can bend and connect to a frame piece by piece, and then just cover it all in with our technology. So that's another way you can go with it too. You know, if you're going to be building something that big. But if you just want a basic 4 by 8 screen, something lightweight, you can just connect to your wall and be done with it. These are the two options you can go with if you can get it. That's the problem. When I was buying it, you can buy bulks of it for $28, but now it's like really hard to get. All right, so we're going to do this on another projector. We're going to be using my ViewSonic projector. This is the PJD 5155. This projector one has a 235.1 option, so does that one right there. Have a 235.1 option. This is the one I was telling you that would cost you on eBay probably about, if you're lucky, you can get them for like $75-80 if you can find somebody who has one. Most likely that merchant, because it's ViewSonic, they don't know about the 230. If they do, they probably have to know about the 235.1 option, but they don't know what it really means. Well, they're not going to really charge anything more for it. You probably pay $270, $280. Worse upon worse, Probably $300. Worse if I'm worse. But like I said, when they first came out, they were $449, and it's a 235.1 option on it. Something that if you did try to get this on another projector and you try to get the lens adapter, it would cost you $1,400 from the door. The projector, finding a projector that has 235.1 in it, well, good luck on that one, because like I said, I got several high venue projectors in here and none of them have that option at all, period. So, you know, you're kind of playing a little bit of bingo with that one. Spend all this money for a projector and find it doesn't have that option. All right, so let me go grab my phone over here. Let me see. Let me see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna do, I gotta do some my storms, and we're gonna 4K snowstorm. Few people have asked me in a few of my demonstrations, like, why do you have this small little projector off to the side of you hitting your screen? Like, what is the purpose behind that? And I told people before, it's a challenge that I put out for 1 month because I get sick and tired of, you know, we put challenges out when we get tired of people running their mouths so much. So, you know, if you're going to claim you're as good as we are, back it up, which I'm going to do. For one, with that 1,000 lumen projector, which is 600 by 800 res, 720p, which shows that I don't have to have a high-end projector in my environment, but that's not the challenge. The challenge is basically when we started off with this black technology, we just had a particular individual, and I hate to keep going down this road, but I have to explain sometimes because I had started the challenge. This particular individual was claiming that his light gray screen paints were far more superior than black technology and didn't really understand the concept of what our technology does, just went off running his mouth. Didn't realize that our black technology could produce high white levels, even with a projector, which I'm using in the challenge, of 1,000 lumens, which I'm displaying snowstorms only on my screen. So in this challenge, since his product is supposed to be more advanced than ours, we're challenging him that he has to do the exact same demonstration, but opposite. He has to show all dark contrast demonstrations, which means we got to see star fields, we got to see black nights, all that stuff that you claim your technology to be better. Now, anytime I've seen this demonstration, this individual always would be in the dark. Of course, any gray or white screen is going to produce a somewhat contrast level and a dark environment. Let's put the lights on and let's see what happens. So I can do it on white levels using a low-end projector. He can do the exact same thing, vice versa, fully lit environment showing off contrast levels. Guarantee he hasn't even done it. I guarantee he's probably made an excuse why he's not going to do it. I guarantee you. He's made an excuse. So if you're going to basically come against my tech and say, hey, look, his image is dirty, it's dark, go with a lighter gray screen paint, you're going to get the best of both worlds, prove it. And that's why you see that projector sitting in the corner. So that's going to be there every day to the end of this month. That's going to be there. I can display my images, have my lights on, the whole 9 yards, and show you white levels. All right, so let's move on from there. We are going to do a 235.1 outside because I'm dying to see what that looks like outside. 235.1 outside? Yeah, it's going to look nice. We're going to use the ViewSonic for that one. All right, so let's go over here and play with the Sony. We got the whole setup right here. This is a fiberglass screen. I'll show you how thin it is. Right there, this is how thin my screen is, right here. Now, I've rolled this up already. You could roll it up. People were sitting there saying, well, there's a paint crack or peel. When I brought the screen up, it was rolled up. So that should tell you something right there. I wanted to put my motorized projection screen there, but it wouldn't fit. My motorized projection screen is 8 feet across. This is only about 7. So that'll be going outside today too. So we do it. I supposed to do it yesterday, I know. An outside demonstration on the motorized screen. Sometimes I get tired of the day and I just basically want to shut down. So what I'll do is I'll do something to be easier for me to work that day. And that yesterday was doing a 135-inch screen outside because it was right there. I can just set everything up and be done. When I do the backyard, I got to run cables and wires through and set everything up. Yeah, it's a bit of a carnival ride right there. But let's get started because I think I've talked enough already. We didn't come here to hear you talk. We came here to see the technology. So that's what I'm going to show you now. These things are fantastic. The surface is fantastic. Like I said, it doesn't make a difference what you paint it on. The whole purpose is you got to think outside the box. What can I paint it on? That's your job. Your job is to figure out what do you want to paint it on. Now, like I said, again, you know, I bought this Christie projector for $230. That's a huge freaking come up when you think about it. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot for a projector. $75. Putting them right over there. That's another one right there. That's another projector I use for my PC. Yeah. All right, so let's get some applications in here. I should have bought, man, I'm telling you, I kick myself. Every time I turn this projector, I'm like, I should have bought 3 of them. $230 for this projector. Oh my goodness, man, I'm still kicking myself in the head for. I contact this merchant just every week, like, little man, let me know when you're going to get more of these projectors in. Post them. I'll buy 3 from you right from the door. Guarantee I'll buy 3 from you. Should have bought 3. Well, and now somebody's got the Christie 505. I'm buying another one of those. I'm definitely going to buy another one of those. He sells out of those projectors are going to go up. I think I paid $560. That's the one I was showing you last night with the picture-in-picture. It's a pretty cool option to have because I can watch Netflix on one and something on the other. So did the which app has an easy picture-in-picture. Sony VPO FH30, 31, and 36 have something called twin mode. Let me see. But the only thing I like about the twin mode is when you put it in, you can't adjust the size of your screen. You're stuck whatever size they give you that comes out of there at all altogether. So that's why I don't favor the twin mode too much. But the one with the 505 upstairs, I can adjust the size. I can move it around the screen. If I don't want that screen there, I can stick it there in the corner. Oh man, I freaking love that, man, to be able to do that. That is going to be sick when I can run the freaking Xbox Series and PS5 on one projector and simultaneously change my screens back and forth. That's going to be amazing to do. That's when people say, you don't know, venue projectors have perks in them that other projectors can't do. Well, they're big and gigantic. That is true and all, but whew, man, it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of machinery. I want a big boy Panasonic. They got one in there. Actually, I want a CRT. That's what I want. But CRTs, man, the shipping costs for CRTs are freaking crazy expensive. It's not cheap. It is not cheap at all. Usually, most people that are doing selling CRTs are basically, most people are selling CRTs are basically either they're going to charge you for the shipping or they're basically going to do a local pickup. Because it's a big projector. I mean, it's an ottoman. It's a freaking ottoman. It's a big, big, big projector. And the way they have them now is they have them before they were BMC. So they had the BMC connectors on them now. So now they have something called a BMC to VGA adapter, which means now you can convert a BMC to a VGA. That's why I want to get one now. I've never had one. I've seen people with them back in the day when I was young. But I'm always curious about it. And I want to get one just to tinker around with it. See what it's like. I like messing around with the older projectors. You learn a lot from older projectors. You really do. Because without the older projectors, you wouldn't have the newer stuff we have now. I can't wait to get a dog. That's one thing I miss is having a dog. Oh, little puppy. That's why I said I can't wait. I can't wait until I get my 4 acres. I want 4 acres of land. So I can just get me a bunch of big dogs and maybe an alpaca. Yes, I said alpaca. If I said that, didn't say that correctly, I do apologize, but I want one. Got him, Charles. I did want to get a llama. But then somebody said that was a bad idea because llamas basically, you know, I know alpacas will spit on you, but I know llamas will definitely spit on you. But I mean, come on, don't get rude, don't get upset about the name I was going to call it. I was going to call it Mr. Spit in Your Face. Because literally, you really can't get mad at me if the llama spits on you because that's his name. Like, what's your name of your llama? Mr. Spit in Your Face. Do not want to mess with llamas. I've only seen that one time in my childhood. I seen someone get hit with a llama. And this was a good close friend of mine. And I used to live in Newark, Delaware. And we used to be near Brandywine. I used to live near Brandywine. If anyone's familiar with the area, Shortridge, a middle school. That's where I went to when I was over in Delaware. And we were probably about, where our house was at, was probably about not that far from school. I was probably about 3 blocks from school. And the school was one across the street, right across the street from the Brandywine. And I remember I was late, like literally every day. You know, you live real close to school, you're late every day. Because, you know, you got the leisure of thinking like, yeah, I can make it there. Got time to watch some cartoons, eat a couple bowls of cereal. I'm good. I was late every day, and my teacher was Miss Ruffin. I have no idea what you're talking about, buddy. But anyway, you just have to explain it to me. But anyway, yeah, I was late like every day, and my teacher was Miss Ruffin. She used to sit there and say, "How are you late every day, and you freaking live 3 blocks from the school within walking distance?" But anyway, the whole Brandywine incident, like after school, would go home. My mom made me change out of my clothes, put my rough clothes on, go run out with my friends. I had these 2 friends. One guy named I never got his real name, but his nickname was Flabio. He wasn't big. He was a thin, scrawny white kid I used to hang around with. He was just with his parents that were Italian. And then there was my buddy Dare Dare. These are my childhood friends that I grew up with. All the crazy adventures of the Brandywine and dumb stuff we did. I could write a book on half of the dumb things we did. But anyway, we got the idea of sneaking into the zoo because we didn't have any money. And there was a hole in the fence. One of our friends, Aaron was the delinquent in the neighborhood, like a serious teenage delinquent. He wanted something done with the Aaron. And Aaron got a hold of bolt cutters and cut a hole in the side of the fence. And that's what we were paying him a little bit of mission to get him like a little, we had a little money on him. We gave it here and there. We cut a hole in the side of the fence from his dad's garage. And we decided to sneak in. But the only way to get up there, you literally had to climb the side of this fence that was makeshift by bricks, just stacking up. And you just had to climb along the side of this fence. And eventually, one of the areas you had to go past was a llama exhibit, and it was right there. And it was like three or four llamas just sitting there, and you're scaling across this gate, and this llama's looking you dead in the face. You can't jump because it's too far down. You're just gonna have to take it if he spits in your face. So eventually, we never got hit until that one day, and Flavio decided to climb across this gate, and everything was good. And I don't know what triggered it off, but that llama walked right over, got right in his face, and I lie to you not. It looked like the equivalent of someone getting hit in the face with a freaking garden hose. It was that much fluids wrapping around his face. I was sorry for eating you hearing this, but yeah, it was that bad. It was that bad. It was like, wow. It was funny. Interesting childhood. Oh yeah, Carl's blackout cloth surface. We got a lot of people who code over that. You can. It's a very easy application. I've done quite a few paint on demonstrations in the last couple of days, so it's very easy to apply. So one code application, and you're done. Actually, I'm going to put the link down below of me painting this screen in below, but it's very easy to do. But you can paint over Carl's blackout cloth. Heck, I've done bed sheets. Yeah, just paint over top of it. Paint over top of it just like if you're painting over your wall. You just paint right over top of it. That's all you do. I've done bed sheets before and just about everything else. That's all you have to do. You don't have to prime it. The only time you have to prime, let me see, that surface, yeah. That blackout cloth is very thin. You don't have to even prime that. You got to prime the outdoor projection screens because that material is thick. It's a thick material. So it's designed to be, it's a very heavy material. So you definitely would have to prime that because that is definitely going to absorb paint. But everyday blackout cloth, that's nothing. It's the equivalent to a bed sheet. So you're good on that. And if you're doing, what size are you doing screen? You're doing 120 inch. You're only going to need 1 quart for that. No problem, no problem. You have a good one. I'm kind of worried, man. They're talking about there might not be enough PS5s for those people who pre-ordered. And what the heck is that all about? That doesn't give me any hope that I'm going to be able to get one. Because I'm pretty sure I'd like to get one. I mean, the game lineup for it, I'm not too hyped on it. I think the game lineup I'm more hyped about right now is, and I don't know how soon it's going to come out. It's like, oh my God, I forgot today's the 10th, ain't it? Assassin's Creed comes out today. Is it today? Yeah, it is a day. It's a day. I gotta go download. I gotta download. When I get done on this, I gotta go download because I'm playing that tonight. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. The only one I didn't like was Black Flag. Didn't like Black Flag too much. I mean, to each his own, but I just don't like Black Flag. But that Unity, freaking Unity was fun. I was on Facebook with a bunch of people talking about when it comes out. I say, yes, let the stabbing begin. The stabbing. I would love to see that. I would love to see Grand Theft Auto in medieval. That'd be pretty cool. A medieval version of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, they already did a Western version. Why not? Can you imagine destroying somebody with a catapult with flames? Yeah, I would love to see a freaking medieval version of Grand Theft Auto. It's like Skyrim on steroids. All right. Now these screens, like I said, this material is also too, it's weatherproof on top of that because it is fiberglass, plexiglass, and the technology we developed is weatherproof. So you know you're not going to have any problems with if you have this outside around your pool or something like that. Kids splash water all over it, you're good. And I'll show you the back end of it. I'm gonna turn my LED lights off. There we go. Like I said, it's fiberglass. It's like thin fiberglass. But you want to make sure when you get this, because you want to make sure that the fiberglass, the thickness, I think it's 0.030 and 0.020. Now, those particular surfaces right there means that when you take the screen and you unroll it, it lays flat to the ground. It's not going to lay flat to the ground. It's going to lift up a little bit, but it's going to lay flat to the ground. If you get something that's too stiff, what's going to happen when you unroll it, it's still going to be in a roll, which means you're going to have an arm wrestle in competition of trying to basically push this thing to your wall and let flat. Keep in mind also, since the surface is that thin, can you ship to Canada? No, we can't ship to Canada. We can't ship anywhere overseas. Even Canada, even Hawaii, none of them places, because PayPal has put restrictions on overseas. We can't ship anywhere out. So we can ship within the U.S. If you have somebody that is... If you have somebody that is within the United States that we can ship to, we can ship it to them. They can ship it to you. Other than that, nope. When it comes up, we get an error code. This won't show anything at all. Let me show you how far my projector is sitting back. Here we go. But yeah, sorry about that. You know, wasn't a big fan of it when it happened either, because I have a lot of overseas customers. Yeah, I know. Hopefully, you know, we can get past these things, man, and resume business, man. I can't wait. I know one thing, I'm gonna have to stock up on a whole lot of containers, man, because the minute we start announcing that we're shipping back overseas, and we ship overseas for free, and we're gonna get a ton of orders coming in. Actually, we ship anywhere in the world for free. But yeah, you want to make sure it's 0.030, I think it is, or 0.020. You just want to make sure it lays flat when you pull it out. When you unroll it, and make sure it lays flat. If it's too stiff, it's going to roll up on itself, and it's just going to be impossible to lay flat. Also, too, if you're dealing with a surface that's thin and you're using ultra short throw projectors, keep in mind ultra short throw projectors. We all know if you had one, you know how it works. If you have one ripple in your wall, it will show up on that screen. So using ultra short throw, the surface has to be perfectly flat. Not yet, but any little ripple in there, it's going to show up. And with a screen that's flexible and lays against the wall, it's going to pull the ripple up too, because it's going to be laying flat against the wall. That's why I said if you can't go that route, then just go with that plastic cardboard they use for pallets for shipping companies. That works out perfectly because it has a little bit of stiffness to it, but it is bendable. Now, in the bottom of the link, I'm going to put a few demonstrations. I've built a few curved projection screens in the past using that plastic cardboard, so you can check it out and see, you know, how I put these screens together. As in building your frame, some people go to the steps of taking wood, and when you do wood, it's a lot of bending. You know what I mean? You have to use certain tools to actually bend and flex the wood to manipulate the wood. I say the best thing to use is PVC piping, because PVC piping automatically comes curved, and they can curve it for you right there. They can actually heat that pipe up over at Home Depots and Lowe's, and they can curve it for you. So you can get PVC piping around that thin. It's like building with Legos. You get all your little corners, you bend it, and they make PVC piping in different colors. You can get it red, blue, green, orange, black, whatever you want. Now, all you would have to do is get that heavy double-sided Velcro, which I need to put these links in here for you because you need to see exactly what I mean by heavy double-sided Velcro. Well, here's how it is, okay? This is what the Velcro looks like when you get it, right? It's heavy. It's used for commercial use, right? You get two pieces. You get the one that actually the opposite and the one that sticks. So you can cut and design your own form of Velcro strips. You don't get these little tiny strips in there about that big and that's all you get. No, you can make it Velcro strips as big as you want. Unfortunately, I lost the other side, like an idiot, that allows me to stick both of these together. So I had to order another one. But they're $12 on Amazon. You get a great big roll about that big. and you can customize your own strips on how you want to do it. You want to make one long strip all the way across, you can do that. So I'll put the link where you can buy that on Amazon. And all you do is just get the PVC piping, build your frame, and just basically just Velcro this all the way around the frame, and then stick it on. You're done. When you're done, just take it off, roll it up, and put it someplace else. And keep in mind, it's PVC pipe, and as long as you don't basically use any form of adhesive to stick the pipes together, you can just dismantle, just take the whole thing apart. So that's why I kind of like PVC piping. Some people, what they do is, and you can use it for grommets. If you have a screen that has grommets, you can build your own. Ooh, which ain't a bad idea too. I need to get some PVC piping. That's not a bad idea, because I've seen people drill holes into PVC piping and use them to hang up grommet projection screens. So that's what I need to do too. All right, so we're going to be swapping this out for the ViewSonic projector, which has a 235.1 option. Now, also to keep in mind, when these screens are always going to come 4x8, 4x8. The biggest is 4x8. You can get any bigger than that. Sorry, but you can't. And if you can cut the screen if you want to customize it to the size you want, or if you do this in 235.1, you are going to have bars at the top and the bottom, because like I said, it's not an official 235.1 screen. But if you want, you can cut it to make it 235.1 officially. Depends on how you want to do it. But I'll show you that in a few minutes, because we're going to swap the projectors out and we're going to put this one over 235.1. Let's do a snowstorm, a little window snowstorm. I love doing this. This looks like I have like a snowstorm in the house. I'll look out the window. These are fun to have in the house. If you want something for the time, and maybe you're not using your projector. All my projectors sit in standby mode anyway. They sit in eco mode, so they don't really burn anything. So sometimes I just want something on in the background around Christmas time or something, cool, and I'll just put this on. These are 10-hour screensavers or relaxation videos you can get. They make them like the Bahamas and stuff like that. It's kind of like you're looking into another world. Projector right there. It should be there, like I said, when you're dealing with a screen that produces a white level, you should be to see everything in that background, all the snow, the window sills, everything. Everything should basically be, you should be able to see it with no problem. But yeah, I like these. I put those on with a little Christmas music in the background. Yeah, it's nice. Let's throw on really quick, and then we'll switch over to the 235.1, and we'll play around with that one. Let me do this one real quick. I like the fact when they show her face. There's love for skin tones. I love skin tones, and this technology is beautiful. All right. One more thing. Can't do that one. That's really use my religion. Ooh, Samsung. Okay, let's check this one real quick. And then we'll switch up to 235.1. And we'll do some gaming in 235.1. We even have, where's my sound at? Let me see. I know a few people are always asking, like, how high is your brightness in your projector? I'll show you in a few minutes. All my projectors sit under 30. I don't need to have them that high. There's just no point. I'm gonna put my audio on, because my audio should be on. See all these settings and venue projectors? The settings and venue projectors are insane. Like, it's not no short menu. There's a lot of stuff on here. I got networking on this projector. I can do network. I can network all my Christies together. Look how red the fruit is, or the flower is. So let me go over here real quick and bring up speakers. You want to see something crazy? This system right here has, I'm going to show you the sound system that it has in here. It has bass and treble and a projector. Surround sound. These projectors have built-in surround sound with them with bass and treble. So let me go over to my speakers are off. Let me turn it. There we go. I'll show you, this is easy menu, this is advanced menu I'm going into right now. I'll show you my settings on my projector. As my brightness on my Christie projector is at 22. That's it, 22. Most people got their projectors at somewhere between freaking 40 and 50 and 60. These projectors don't have to go, I got mine on whisper mode, so on Christie's, the eco mode is called whisper mode. So this sits in whisper mode, and the brightness only has to be at 22 because the screens generate that much light. They generate that much light. That's how bright the screens are. I only have to have this projector in 20. How long my lamp is going to last me in my projector. All right, so we're going to swap this out so you can see already from the door. We can change back and forth. On this one, I can change back and forth to show you the different settings on the other projector. Oh, wait. We got to do a little gaming on here, just a little bit. Just want to see. I don't did the wallpaper. I try to game on every screen I get. So I'm just going to do this one. It's the fastest one I'm going to do right here. I like this fighting game because it has all these colors that boom, boom, boom come up on the screen. I just love that. I love the colors in there. I got to order. They got to get the part shoe to that one too. So on the 12th, hopefully Saturday, my hardware gets here for 3D mapping. Oh, I cannot wait, because nobody was like, you can 3D map curved screens. I was like, what? So yeah, you can 3D map a curved screen. So they have this setup where they have multiple screens. They got one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. I can 3D map all those screens, all blending together to one big screen. If that was the case, heck, I would have bought another one of them. If this works the way I think it does, that I can 3D map a PS4 or PS5, oh yeah. I might change out my layout upstairs. I might change out the layout. With this 3D mapping on a flat screen, they do a lot of flat screens for displays, for weddings, and different expos and stuff like that. And every last screen I saw on those demonstrations on display were white. I was like, man, if I hit that with black technology, oh yeah, we're gonna take this to a whole nother level. I don't understand Japanese. What you did? I can change my Fireboy. Oh, this one. Yeah, we're gonna bring the motorized projection screen outside. We're gonna play around with that one. I usually that one's rolled. No, that one's laying out. That one's laying out. We're gonna roll it up and down, roll it up and down. We'll do like a 5 times up and down roll, over and over again, again, again. Run. You can get combos, whatever, still in the air. Oh, man. I get a beat on that one. Oh, shoot. I'm getting no better at this. Not good. We're getting a little better. I get my butt kicked the last time. Oh man, what the freak? It reminds me, if it had weapons like you could throw in a game, it would be so much closer to Power Stone. Those you ever got a chance to play Power Stone? It just has the same running mechanism and everything. Just can't grab anything and hit anybody in the head with it. I gotta order me another Dreamcast. I'm gonna play Power Stone. I'm really doing play Power Stone so bad. This reminds me of Power Stone. I'm gonna do one more game after that. I'm gonna switch it over to the other project. This game is so much fun. I barely ever get a chance to play any of my stuff. Last night, I finally got a chance to watch the movies. I watched High Plane Drifter with Clint Eastwood. Any of you Clint Eastwood fans out there? I'm a huge Western fan. Finally watched Pale Rider. That's another good one. Magnificent Seven, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I know y'all heard of that one. I'm gonna watch the Magnificent Seven tonight. I like the old one, the original one with Yul Brynner. Ship to Canada. No, we can't ship to Canada right now. We can't ship anywhere overseas right now. Dude, like I said, because of the PayPal. PayPal's not allowing us to ship overseas. If you have somebody within the United States, we can ship to them. But we just can't ship right now outside of the United States. Sorry. Yeah, probably so. I don't know. Jumps around. That's nice. I got this game for like 15 bucks. Yeah, 15 bucks. I don't know if it's still 15 bucks now. And that's really? Okie dokie. Okay, this is in 235.1, so we're gonna do a projector swap out. Let me see if I got another power cord in here. Hopefully they can start me off the door in my butt kit. Sorry about that. At a time, just trying to find a power cord. I had these all over the house. Really? You gonna kill me? You gonna kill me? Yeah, I'm dead. How the freak that blocked that? Whatever. The freak. Oh! Get it! Oh, come on! You're freaking kidding me! Are you kidding me? It's one hit I gotta get on him! God! Come on, the daylight's out of me. I'm gonna have to get a head start on him because he's gonna jack me up. Shoot, he's returning. Uh-oh. Oh, come on! Still in the hair, he's jacking me up. I'm gonna get spanked. clearly saw that, right? I just blocked, and he still struck me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time on this. I'm definitely going to spend some time on that. I clearly blocked, and he still got me. I'll take that punishment, whatever. Nah, I'm not gonna rematch. Alright, let's do a swap out. So I'm gonna shut this off. And I'm going to transfer over to 235.1. Well, first hold on. So we can set the table for this. So let me come at this real quick so we can set the table for this real quick. Yeah, I heard my controls up. It's on nothing. Let's go over to real quick. Oh, no, wrong. We don't want that. There we go. Because we're going to do Tron and 16.9 here, and then we're going to switch it over to 235.1 with the other projector and show you the difference. So this Tron is like I said, it's set for 235. It's not it's set for 16.9, not for 235.1. Let's clear this out of here, and we have to go get the Tron Legacy right there, and we'll do something different. I'll do the same one over and over and over again. So you can find a good fight scene. This is a good scene right here. Don't get a Disney logo pop up. That's what I love about this. You can be in a fully lit environment and you can still see your screen with no problem. Where's my controller? Just have it on me? Ah, that's in the kitchen. Turn off a minute. I don't even know how this is even going to work because there is no back or no sturdiness of the spring because it's fiberglass. Let me see. Let me just get a big enough piece of tape. So, like I said, I'm not going to do the other stuff, like I said, his product, because there's no point. Like I said, I get no credibility off that. I get credibility if I basically do a demonstration against a Daylight's new high-end screen or maybe the Elite screen. And I don't get no credibility off this technology. Just shows them just stay in his lane, that's all. Just a lesson from him, just stay in his lane. So right there. Oh shoot, I forgot to show you the sample sheet, what it is. No point me putting it up there if I can't show you what it is. All right. So that's my piece of fiberglass I paid $28 for. All right. This is this screen is actually, if you paint this screen, it's going to be about 4 feet by 8 feet. So a 100-inch screen is 4 by 7. So you got a little bit more screen with it. So that allows you to do 235.1 if you just want to, you get a wider bit. All right. So this screen right here would cost you around $5,000 for a 100-inch. All right, and then we'll do another one, which is, I only like to do the certifies. A lot of people have this screen, which is the Array Center 5D. This screen right here for a 100-inch would cost you around maybe $1,300, $1,400. All right. And we're on a 1080p 1920 by 1200 4300 lumen Christie projector. Now consider now that we have the special, our screen paint for 1 quart, which would take to paint this, and you would still have some left over, would cost you $98 because of the sale. And even without the sale, it would cost you $160, which would be a lot cheaper than paying $5,000 for a projection screen, or $1,300 to $1,400 for one that you can't even use in a fully lit environment and has absolutely no contrast. So my setup, if I was a customer, would have cost me, if I got the Christie projector, around $230. I got the sale, which would have been around $98, and if I got it for $160. And then consider the fact that the surface would have cost me $28. I think that's a heck of a lot cheaper than $5,000, and a heck of a lot cheaper than $1,400 when you think about it. So, you know, you do the math there. Just give you something to think about. That's all. I like to put stuff in there, give people stuff to think about. There you go. You just want to think about what your projector's seeing. I like to show solid colors because I like to take away all the abstract, just take everything out and just show you what your projector's seeing when it sees red when it hits your screen. Just solid red, what you're seeing. Take the lights out. Put it back on.
We're committed to delivering you comfortable new styles that make your home your happy place.
And you're going to pick up higher white levels. I do that all the time. People say, well, I want to see what white looks like. I'll always show white. White is the wake-up call. That's why I like to do that. That's the wake-up call. So what I'll do is, we're going to do the 235.1. But I'm going to show you something. Just because when you see somebody displaying like high white levels, that's not a good sign. That screen can, that's when I show the blue screens, they pull extremely high white levels, but I show you contrast also, and I show you against other screens. So if they're just showing strictly their screen only, and they're just showing high white levels, that can be a bad sign. That can be the fact that the screen is pulling so high of a white level that it is going to struggle when it comes to color because it's going to wash out and it's going to fade. The white levels are just too high. So we'll go over and I'll show you so you can get an idea. All right, now you see how our white levels are here? Like I said, when it comes to our technology, the white levels, when you look at them, are basically by itself. It's not going to be anything where the image is going to come up so dark you can't see the screen, because clearly on 1,000 lumens versus 4,300 lumens over here, you can see the images, the trees, all that pulls up right there. Now, oh, wait, let me show you this part right here. It's something you don't know about either. I'll show you real quick. Now we're going to do it on the red screen. I'll do it on the red screen. So now, if I go over here and I pick a color, I'll show you what you get. Your white levels are too high. That's why it's not picking up. Just because you can pull high white level, doesn't mean that's a good thing. That could be a very bad sign. That means your screen is picking so high of a white level up that it cannot pick up color. And that's why you got to go through the stuff of having they'll tell you, well, you can't have that kind of lighting environment. It has to be an ambient light controlled environment. In other words, what they're saying is get all your lights away from the screen, pull them back, and keep your area dark. That's pretty much what they're saying. If you tell them right now, say, hey, look, I got a 720p projector, I got a 1080p projector, I got a 2012. Oh, you can't use that. That's too old. You got to get a high-end brand. You know why? Because if you tell you to go get a high-end, expensive projector, you got to start thinking, like, which one's doing all the work? Is it the screen or the projector? Projector does about most of the work when it comes to those screens. And that's why they advise you for the best picture possible, you want to get a high-end, expensive projector because it does all the work. Where in our technology, our projectors don't do all the work. Screens do the work. That's why when you go to the venues, you see the most top-of-the-line projectors that they have up there. When they show them projected, their screens off, they got the best and the top-of-the-line projectors on there because that projector does all the work. Any flaws or anything that may pop up in the screen, that projector is going to fix all that up perfectly. I can come in here and show you on a $75 projector that was manufactured in 1999. So old it can't even do a 16 on it, only a 4.3, and I can display a snowstorm off a black screen at 10 feet back. That's what you got to be careful about. Let's pull up, this is going to be, we're going to put up now a star field demonstration. The contrast on this projector, even though it is, it's only 2,000 to 1. That's it. So if I'm spending $5 for a screen, it should still be able to pick up an image, even if the environment is somewhat dark. Now you wouldn't hear something. I'm gonna show you something called here's the thing too, real quick. I had a customer went out and purchased a really nice screen, a very nice screen. I'm not gonna say the company's name, but very nice screen. And he bought a projector. It was an ultra short throw. Couldn't figure out why the screen was showing up black, or if you were to turn to one side here or one side there, why is the screen turning black? Some screens, and they state this. Even with DMP Supernova, will state when I've got their sample sheets, they do not work with ultra short throws, so I don't use them with ultra short throws because they're not compatible with them. But you've seen them advertise that we've got this projector screen. It's designed for ultra short throw. So you mean to tell me that the $5,000, and if I just purchased that screen for $5,000, does not work with ultra short throw? So in order for me, if I want to change my set over to ultra short throw, I have to buy another screen that's ultra short throw compatible. You guarantee it's not going to be the same price as the screen you just paid for. All right, so I'll show you this real quick. So let's go over to this color. No, we can't do the color change. We need a solid color. You need to see this on a solid color. Now, some of them, it's not just ultra short though. Some of them, it's called the narrow viewing cone. Where the narrow viewing cone it means that the screen, just if you turn to here or here, it just doesn't pick up an image on the side at all, period. That's one of the things you should be concerned if you're doing ultra short throw, is whether or not if your image is going to pull up on the side, because it just might not. It might come up dark, it may come up black. That's why you see me walking around the house showing the screen. Look, any angle I walk at, the screen is supposed to pick up. There's a reason why I do that. Now we'll display in red. Now, as you start to walk over, and we'll do it slowly, you will notice that the screen, let me turn this off because you're not going to be able to see this for a minute. We'll pop this right back on. Look, I got this projector hit me in the face. There we go. I'll put that back on in a few. So as you see, I'm looking at the front. Narrow viewing cones means you can see the screen in the front. As long as it's in the front, you're good. But if you start to turn to the side, the screen will start to become dark. That's the narrow viewing cone. Usually screens that suffer from that are screens that have a kind of a black, kind of a reflective kind of surface. They usually suffer from the narrow viewing cone. Now as we start to walk around to the front, slowly turn to the side, now it's brighter. If you notice, the gray cinema, or actually the gray cinema 5D didn't have that problem at all. Now, they say their screens that, and it is, their screens are the truth. It does say that on the back of their screens. If you go look on the back of a Great Cinema 5D screen, you'll notice they'll say that the angle is at 80 degrees. And at 80 degrees, the screen does not turn black. It didn't turn black at 190 degrees at that. It didn't. So like I said, kudos to them because, you know, they put something up there and it was actually true. That screen did not turn black. If you see me turn to the side, you'll notice that screen will still maintain as this one turns dark. So say if you're in the house with a bunch of your friends, you guys are watching the football game, like, yeah, we're gonna come over, we're gonna have a football game, we're gonna have a party, we're gonna eat. We shouldn't have one. I'm not advising we do that because of COVID. But say you're with your family, and your family are gonna watch the game. Now, when people watch the game in their home, you got people that sit on the side of the screen. Everybody's not sitting right in the middle like they're doing a fashion shoot. Everybody's sitting around the screen watching. Yeah, some people just come to the door and they'll just sit there and watch right at the door. So we'll go to, before we swap out real quick. We're going to sit here and we're going to watch the game. All right. You can already see the screen already fading out already, so that's going to happen regardless. All right, so let's start making our way. You're standing here, and some people just sit around the screen. I'm not going to be sitting this close to the screen, but at a distance, if I'm sitting at a distance, a little farther back, and I'm watching the screen from here, that's what it's going to look like. We'll scoot a little bit more, like a little better. Then we'll bring it up to the front. Too high of a white level. That's why it's looking like that. Now, they'll tell me if they watch this demonstration, well, Mr. Bird, you got too much light in your environment. If I'm spending $5,000 for a projection screen, that should not be an issue. All right, so let's get on this off. All right, so let's do our swap out real quick. Take this out right now. Let's go over to, I don't need to shut the projector, I'll just shut the projector off, okay? So we'll turn this off right now. And we're going to swap out. Some people keep the screens when they get wallpapers. Let's see, which projector would you choose? I had to optimize. Actually, I didn't have any Epsons, but I did have, I got the 585. I got the 585. The 585W, which one would I use? Doesn't make a difference. I can use both of them if I want, to tell you the truth. I mean, the 585, it's 1080p, but like I said, I've done 1080p and 720p side by side. For me, it really doesn't make a difference. I mean, consider the fact, if you look at my theater setup in here, I got a 235.1 in here, and I have my projector here, right? This is my it's an ViewSonic. This is my ViewSonic projector. That's my ViewSonic projector. It's 720p. So keep in mind, I redid my whole entire theater room in here. I put in a new screen, right? I could have went out and bought myself a 1080p projector, 4K projector, bought a 720p. Really didn't need it. So it's up to you. It comes down to you, because that's what the screen paint's designed to do. It's designed for you to be able to let you use different forms of projectors and not worry about whether or not you're going to lose contrast, or your screen's not going to be able to pull up in a full environment, or the colors are going to be off. That's the one thing about it. It gives you the freedom to choose what you want to buy. But for me, I could swap back and forth, and I've done it before. I've swapped back and changed it out and got my my Epson projector, or I swapped out and got my Optima. I had an Optima GT56 too. The only thing I do like about the GT56, that projector's made to be set on a table. So if you want something that's going to be, that's the only thing I would say the difference for me was, because if I'm using the other projector, which is an Epson 585, which I got around here somewhere, I got an Epson 585. Here we go. That's the Epson 585 right there. Right now, the only problem, excuse me about that. Sometimes my pants get hooked around the stand. The only problem with that projector, you're not going to set that flat. Like, this is a Sony. This is my Sony short throw. Now my Sony short throw, I can set this flat and it'll work, right? With no problem, it'll sit flat. But this projector, on the other hand, you can't lay that flat on the table because it's got all kinds of ridges and curves on it. So you got to prop stuff underneath of it to get the projector to level off. These projectors were just strictly designed to be mounted to the wall. That's why the mount's here. It's designed to be mounted to the wall, and it's designed to be moved back and forth on the mount. They weren't meant to be set like the Sony or the Optima GT55 or 56. These were meant to be mounted or stood up. That's basically what they were meant for. This is pretty much more of a work projector. You see a lot of these in schools and offices and stuff like that. That's what they were designed for. But those are entertainment projectors. Those are designed basically set up for whether you want to mount this to your ceiling, you want to stand it up, or just lay it flat, which I have it over there. So if I was going to choose something to set up for my living room, I would go with an Optima GT 5600 or 55 due to the fact that I can just lay it flat on the table and have me a nice little projection screen set up. Because you can't lay that one flat. And I've done a few of them. I had to prop them up with all sorts of DVD, DVDs. Because it's not, projector was made to be mounted to a wall, literally. Okay. That's all, you know. But either way, like I said, at the 585, that right there, that projector right there was made to be set. Oh yeah, I would definitely use that instead. It's cheaper, it cost me less money. Paid $1,400 for that projector when it first came out. Optima GT56 cost me $1,400 when it came out. If that projector right there lay flat like that, I would have bought that one instead, because that one would have cost me I paid $89 or 90 something dollars. Yeah, I bought it from a company and somebody bought it and didn't want it, and they sent it back, and I got it for like 80 bucks. I talked to the guy who had it and everything. He worked in an office, and the company bought it and they gave it to him and he sold it. Or something like that. It was some open box or something from another company. They didn't want it. They wanted something brand new or something. I don't know what it was, but I got it. So keep in mind, let me see. So let me show you real quick so we can do this interesting. When I say you really can't tell the difference, we'll do, how about we do a 720p Chrissy next to a 1080p Chrissy. That'd be kind of fun. But let's do the 235 right now. So these are the projectors I was telling you they had the hidden secrets. The ViewSonics have hidden secrets in them. They have 235.1. For those of you that are craving a 235.1 widescreen setup, you can have it for very cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And the projector right here, which I will never understand, this is, get me when I tell you this. This is a 600 by 800 720p projector. Now I know some of you think like, 600 by 800, that sucks. This projector is 3D, HDMI. It's DLP. This thing is freaking amazing. But not only that, the specs on this projector's contrast level is 20,000 to 1. Yes, it's a projector that's SVGA with a 20,000 to 1 contrast. Most people projectors don't even have that. It's 3,600 lumens with an anamorphic lens. Heck, none of my projectors have anamorphic lenses. There's not even that big boy Christie over here. None of them. Sony's, the Panasonics, they don't have them. All right, so let's power this one on. It's a really nice projector. I like it. I had one, I sold it, I bought another one. This is the joy of having lens shift, because with lens shift, I can shift my screen where I want it to go, and not here. It didn't happen. I want to get something to put this on. Too high up. That's the joy of lens shift. Lens shift, you don't have to go around and figure out. You don't have to get things to move stuff out of the way to put the projector on, because you can't use lens shift. I love lens shift. It's the thing about it, once you get lens shift, you can't do anything else but lens shift. So let me see, I'm going to do this. Alright, now we got to bring it down some. Too high up. No, not too low. Too high. A little bit. Here we go. So I'm going to try to expand this all the way up, which I mean I got to bring it back some. see, am I all the way out? Yeah, I'm all the way out. I still move my projector back. Let me see. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Not there yet. All right, that's good. I'll break it down a little bit. Break it down for you. Not too high up. All right, and I still gotta bring it back some more. And some more. All right, let me see. Let me see what should be good there. All right, here we are. So this right here is the projector. I paid $140 or 160, somewhere around that price. This is 600 by 800 res 720p. As you can see, as I was moving the projector up and down, it was hitting the wall over and over again. The reason why the projector looks that good, because I said it's black technology. That's what makes the projector look fantastic. What I'll do is, just to show you, I know some of you would probably be thinking, sorry about that. Who is this calling me in the morning? All right, you know, some of you would probably be thinking like, okay, so how come you didn't use this projector in here instead of buying that projector? That's not short throw. I have to have this projector all the way back here in order to be able to pull an image up over here. So I have to use short throw in here. And if you ever saw, they make, now keep in mind, ViewSonic makes a short throw 1080p projector, but it isn't what you think it is. They call it a mid short throw. I don't know what the freak that is, but that's, I looked it up. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like and I hate to say this, ViewSonic, but it's true, you are doing it. I like the projectors and all, but it's kind of like you're cheating the person on the short throw. So a mid short throw, which means you would have to be back about, my projector right here, I'm about 6 feet back to get a 138-inch screen 235.1. A mid short throw, which means you would have to be back somewhere between 8 feet to get 100 inches. Figure that one out. And how I know this is because I copied and pasted the serial number, went over to Projector Central and went into their virtual board and pulled it back to see how far it would take for me if I used that short throw just to reach 138 inches. And then when I passed 8 feet, I got 100 inches. I'm like, something is wrong there. Because 8 feet on a normal projector would be somewhere around 12 to 13 feet. So because of that, they consider it to be so short throw at 8 feet. That's not good, because I could, at 6 feet, I get 138. And what I did was I bought the older projector that they had, the ones that actually have real short throw. So be careful about the 1080p versions. Before you buy a projector, when you go on eBay, little trick before you go on eBay, some people will post and say, hey, it's a short throw projector, and it might not be a short throw projector, right? Because some people think because it's a short throw, it's going to have a massive lens like this that would make it a short throw. No, they can have lenses just like that, just like regular projectors, and still be able to produce a short throw image. See the lens on this one? This lens on here is smaller than the one I have on the other one. Well, sorry, this is not short throw. Wrong choice of words. Sorry about that. So, see how the lens is at? That's short throw, right? Come with me. So we learned little things here and there, what to look for, not to buy, because I don't want to see you'll get cheated. And over here, this is short throw. This is short throw Epson right here. See how the lens is? So when people automatically see this lens, the first thing that pops in their head is, oh, that's short throw. But you can get short throw on a projector like any of the BenQs. The newer projectors don't have those big bubble lenses anymore. They have a lens like this, and that would be the new ones. So someone can easily say, hey, look, this is a short throw. You wouldn't know that if you were looking at it. I wouldn't know that was short throw. Someone was selling me a projector on eBay and said that was short throw. I wouldn't know whether that was short throw or not, but you know how I would find out? I would take the serial number off that projector. I'd pop over to Projector Central, and I'd basically copy and paste and put it right in their search engine. And then I would scroll down to this specification sheet. And if it's not there, I'll go into that virtual room. And when I pull that projector back around 5 feet, I should be to get somewhere between a 90 to 100 inch screen. If I got to pull that projector back over 10 feet, something's wrong there. That shows that is not a short throw projector. That's how little tricks you learn to find out not to get a projector and find out that it's not short throw. All right, so let's come out of here. We got our 600 by 800 res 720p projector hooked up. We're going to take this off the screen, trust me. Let's go down to the bottom. Or YouTube. I want to write YouTube. Reacts the same way. This is 36, and the projector I just used was 43. This is 720p. That's a 1080p projector I was using. The projector over here is 600 by 800 res. The projector I just came off of is 1920 by 1200. WUXGA versus SVGA. This is why I said that I don't have to go out and worry about spending the money for an expensive projector, because we can make a 720p look incredible. And showing you the two sample sheets up there, the other screens, clearly shows it's not the projector doing the work, it's the technology that does it. Let's come out of here real quick. Let's go, just pop over real quick and just, I'm over here already. What am I doing? Just clear this out. Just show you this one color, the colors real quick. This red first, and then we'll switch over and do the 235.1. See? It doesn't make a difference what projector you use. Unless they're using something really high power, and then again, they don't have any black screens behind the back of the screen, so you won't be to see that at all, period. And the reason why you're not seeing the screen look that way, because I don't think they show it. All the video demonstrations I have seen on these high-end screens, I've never seen solid color patterns being displayed. I only see pictures of tropical fish and people skiing down the side of mountains and some animals and tigers in the background, but I've never seen basically straight color. And they're not going to have this much light in the environment. We have too much light in here to begin with, so they're not going to have that.
As we reopen, don't you want your pocket of America to still feel like its own? Where small businesses are finding new ways, online and in person, to be there for you.
Now, if you decide that you want to build a, oh, this is going to be crazy. I'm not sure right there. Mind you, I told you it's a projector. Now, the projector I used was a Chrissy, has somewhere between 2,000 or 3,000 to 1 contrast. It isn't all that high. This projector right here has a 20,000 to 1 contrast level. 20,000 to 1. That's a lot for a projector that's 600 by 800 res. I was like, why don't they put that on a 600 by 800 SVGA projector? But I guess everybody's got their reasons for doing something. See what I mean? That's what I'm telling you. Doesn't make a difference if you have a projector that has 10,000 to 1, 15,000 to 1, 20,000 to 1, a million to 1. If your screen can't pull contrast, you will not have it. That's it. Doesn't make a difference how much you paid for your projection screen. It'd be 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. If it doesn't have the ability to pull contrast, it will not pull it. Even with a projector with a 20,000 to 1 contrast rating, you will not see it. If I turn out all the lights right now, we're going to do this again. I'm going to leave the screen here. We're going to run this back in the dark. I will show you that in the dark, you will pick up somewhat shades of dark gray. That's all you're going to pick up. But you cannot watch a star field in a fully lit environment because that screen won't pick up. And I didn't need an expensive projector to show you that. I can show you that on a $140 somewhat projector. Now we're not even going to cross over in the field of screen paints because I can show you something that you know what's going to happen. So we're just going to leave that one alone right there and then. I'm just going to concentrate on the big boys. All right, so let's go over it real quick and let's pull up some OLED demonstrations with some dark contrast levels. So let's go into our search. And let's pull this up and let's bring up the, let's see. Henson, we got. I'm gonna pull up some real dark contrast levels. Let's go with. I like that OLED. OLED. Oh, it'll go back up. Let's give me a minute. Let's start that OLED demonstration. Fish. Black. That's what everybody wants now. They want that real deep, rich black color. That's what everybody wants. That's right. All right, we got it right there. Screen back up. And I'm mind you, I want to show you this. This is how dark this screen is. When I first got it out of the sample tube, I was like, oh, good gracious, this thing is pretty dark. When I first saw it in the demonstration, I thought it was black. I saw it. So when they did the demonstration for this particular sample sheet, what they did was they had a white screen next to it and they had their screen next to it. And they had a little bit of lighting right there and there, right there and there. So they were showing lighting cascading on the screen. And then they just showed different things like contrast levels, how their screen would be able to outperform a white screen. And as I told you before, bad idea if you're basing solid your technology off a white screen, because anything will beat a white screen. So you shouldn't do that. What they should have did was they should have did a demonstration with one screen being gray and their screen leaning against it to show which gray screen produced a higher contrast level, better white levels, better colors. That's what they should have did. So let's go grab this real quick. Where is the remote control? Right there. I want the one that does the whole display. That's what I want. Now the reason why it looks so good in their demonstrations, because number one, they're using less light. Number two, they're using a more advanced high-powered projector. So with very low light in the environment, high-powered projector, you can pull off a somewhat fake black image. My blue screens produce higher contrast levels than these screens right here. And I've done those demonstrations. A blue screen produces a higher contrast. The Gold 9 produces a higher contrast level. Those tests were done too. Remember, I got all these sample sheets in my drawers. Every screen I design, I have to test it against these screens. So that's how I know how my technology produces higher contrast in these screens. Most important demonstration on any kind of contrast demonstrations, as I said, when you're doing them OLED demonstrations, that background is very important because it's always going to display black. Like if I do a burning fireplace, you're just going to see those big old white squares there and there. Can you imagine you had 100-inch of this screen? And like I said in all my demonstrations, my black screens may not have the ability to produce white levels as high as a white screen or a light gray screen, but my levels on my technology are high enough where you're not going to basically have your picture quality disrupted where you can't see the image, as you're seeing right here. Now keep in mind, you're watching the black screen produce high bright colors, and you're watching a 1,000 lumen projector hitting a black screen showing a white snowstorm that you can see right now on an angle. You can make out all the trees and the snow and everything. So you'll see right here, the technology is producing a high enough white level to blend with the, not blend, but come close to matching the lighter screens, but can produce a contrast levels that these screens couldn't even begin to understand. That's the whole purpose of it all. When I hit 100% white level, that's virtually impossible, but I can hit a white level high enough where your picture quality is not going to suffer. All right, so we spent some time on that. Let's go push this over into 235.1. I know you've been itching to see that. All right, so let's take these off right now. Put these over here. I haven't even had breakfast yet. I still got to figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast. Let's go over and let's put this over in 235.1. So we're going to change our settings in here. And we're going to go over to, I have this right now in what? This is in 16:9. All right, so right now, if I can get over fast enough, my projector right here is doing 16:9, as you can see. Right there, those are my settings, okay? So that's why we're filling out the whole entire screen. Now we're going to switch it over to 235.1, which I should have you a little closer up to that so you can see that for yourself. I'll put you about right there, you should be good. So we'll switch it over to 235.1. Down here. Switch it over to 235 at 235.1. There we go. So now we're over at 235.1. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Yeah, that projector, y'all slept on those projectors. I mean, even I slept on those projectors myself. I'm out there trying to do the wide camera angle lens with a camera and trying to figure out how I'm going to get this wide screen to work, and found out all the time that ViewSonic had that option in there and told no one about it. You can call them up, which I did because I was curious why you would have a setting in there like that and will not have the projector and will not talk about it, but they don't tell you. It doesn't show up on any forum site. You can go to ABS forums. It doesn't show up there. It doesn't show up at Projector Central. At Projector Central, it says that this projector only does 4.3. Clearly, you just saw 16:9 on the projector. Didn't state anything about 235.1. Nowhere did they talk about it. I even called the company because I was curious, like, why would you have a 235.1 set in your projector and not advertise it? And they act like it didn't even exist, like it was a mistake by accident. It wasn't supposed to be. And I was like, they'll never figure it out. We'll just throw it in there anyway. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Acer used to have a gaming, they still have a gaming projector. They had a gaming projector that they bought out that was supposed to be Wi-Fi and all this cool stuff. It was heavy as I don't know what. Big old red projector made by Acer would be a gaming projector. And when they were starting to advertise about this projector, they mentioned something about a bending box. Now, bending box will allow you to be able to manipulate a 16:9 screen and bend it into a curved screen. Talked about it in 2 of their videos, and that was the end of it. When the system came out, the bending box was not there. They will deny that they ever came up with that technology. Because sometimes when people develop technology, what happens is somebody may come along and say, hey, look, we're not interested in the projector, but that little item you got there, if you sell that to us, we'll give you a couple $1 million, so and so and so. And they'll basically sell that item, still sell the projector off, and you would never even know about that little bending unless you saw that little commercial, info commercial about them talking about it to begin with, explaining the technology when it first came out. But yeah, it was a bending box. It was come with it. I was going to buy one so I can basically design curved screens. We do demonstration on curved screens. And now they said, bending box, I don't remember anything like that. Like, I never heard anything like that. But you have a commercial that's still floating around on YouTube that says you guys were going to do it. And you had it. Yeah. But I don't know what this was all about. I don't know why in the world you would not advertise this. Like, why? It's 100. You get a 235.1 for 140 bucks. And look at the picture quality on it. It's a 600 by 800 res projector. So when someone sits there and says, "Oh, you have to have 4K," you have to. No, you don't. Depends on the screen. It all falls on the screen. Now, if I showed you, if my screen was one of the screens I just showed you a few minutes ago, the first thing would have came in your head, I got too much light in the environment. Let me darken the lights. That's what you would have did first. And then after that, if your picture quality didn't improve after that, you would think that maybe my projector's not bright enough, which is a bad idea because now you're actually hitting more white light on a surface that's not designed to actually take in light. So then you buy a high power projector, or maybe it's because the color's not right, because maybe I got to calibrate the projector, or maybe I might need to upgrade and get myself a 1080p or 4K. That's not going to change anything. It's still going to do the same thing. It's going to be a slightly little better, but it's still going to be the same thing. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go upstairs. Can I have downstairs, Mother Chrissy? Okie dokie. Now, we want to grab 2 chairs. The next demonstration, we're going to put a 1080p Chrissy next to a 720p Chrissy. And let's see what we get out of that one. See how much of the picture quality will suffer on the 720p. Oh, and while we're here, I don't know why my neighbor's dog is out there barking uncontrollably. I don't know. Maybe Bigfoot came over. So let's come out of this right here. Let's pull up. I know you want to see what Tron looks like and some football. We've done this already on the big screen. But now you can see the bars from the top and the bottom. Now they got the solutions for this. They got a way where they make curtains where you can cover the bottom and top with some red showroom curtains, and just put the curtains, we can put them at the top and the bottom. Silver Screen actually gives you advice on how to hide the bars if you don't want to basically cut your screen. And these screens are cuttable, you can cut them. All right, so let's go over to see Tron. We need to go to yeah, just say Tron. Good gracious, I just said that a few minutes ago. The only thing is, if the movie's not formatted for it, it's not. You're going to be missing. You're going to be missing some stuff on the screen if it's not formatted for it. Kind of interesting when you look at the Chrissy and you look at this one. There's really no difference. And this is 720p, and the other one was actually is a 1080p projector. Let me see.
Not my choice. Their vehicles aren't designed to go off grid. They'll malfunction on this terrain.
What about us?
Obviously not.
Hey, how you doing, Mike? Sorry about that. I didn't actually say hello to you. I do apologize.
Patience, Samson. All your questions will be answered soon.
Now, the reason why you're not seeing those bars come up like that, because the screen's black. I didn't even think about that. That's a plus side right there. Somebody thought about that before I even thought about it. Just now, a few minutes ago, I was like, I can't see the bars at the top. Yeah, if the screen was gray, you would have definitely saw those bars peeking out. So I just thought about that. Yeah, if you do 235.1 on a black screen, you're really not going to see the bars, because the bars blend in with the screen. Therefore, if the light's out, you can't tell if it's a full screen. No, now I got to do a demonstration off of that. I just thought about that. Yeah, if I had a gray screen and I got to paint a gray screen now. If I did a gray screen and I did at 235, hold on for a minute. I got something just clicked in the head just a few minutes ago. Just want to see something for a minute. I'm going to bring this back right here. I'm going to pause this. I want the screen to bend out too forward. I don't want to do that. I need to see that. That's what I need to see. I need to see that. All right. So if I'm watching this movie. Oh no. Go back. Yeah, I thought so. All right, so look. If you're doing a movie like Tron or whatever movie you're watching, keep in mind the black bars are going to come up, right? Okay? So just hear me on this one. The black bars are going to come up. The reason why you would see the black bars because if the screen was any other color besides black, or it didn't have the ability to be able to produce or read black, because like I said, blue screens have coding that allow them to be able to see black. But just say, okay, so with the black technology, because the entire screen is black, you would never see the bars at all, period. Because I'm looking at the screen, I'm thinking, I can't see the bars. And if you're doing it in dedicated, I'm doing this in a fully lit environment, you can't see the bars. Imagine if you're in a dedicated theater, you're definitely not going to see any bars. But if you had a gray screen, you would definitely see the bars. Now I figured out why people were buying gallons. They were buying gallons. They were painting their whole entire walls in their theater rooms. They were painting literally the entire wall. Because if they do a 235.1 on there, you wouldn't be able to see where the bars begin and where they end because the screen's black. It blends in with the black bars. That's pretty cool. I didn't really think about that until I actually was looking at it like, wait a minute. Can't see the black bars. But if you had a gray screen, or if you had a white screen in your theater room, or even in your home, and you did this movie, you would clearly see the bars from the top from the bottom because the screen wouldn't be able to pick up a high enough contrast level to blend it into the screen itself. That is freaking interesting. All right, so that's cool. Let's do a swap out. We're gonna do a 1080p Chrissy versus a 720p Chrissy. All right, that's what I'm gonna do next. I think I want to go a little lower than that. I mean, they're both 4,000. That's not really a challenge right there because one's 43 and one's 4,000. Let's do this. Matter of fact, I'm doing this projector versus the whatchamacallit. Versus a Chrissy. Let's go with this projector right here and see what happens. And this projector is 3,600 lumens. And it's 600 by 800 res next to a Chrissy that's 1920 by 1200. That should be interesting, right? All right, so let's bring this up. Now I'm gonna have to put this in 69 because I need a little room for the other projector once it comes in. Let me see. I know some of you are saying, why don't you use that giant screen next to you? I can't use that screen. It's a challenge attached to it. Can't use it. It has to display white levels at all times. At all times, it must display white levels. All right. Let's see if we can shrink this a little bit. We can get a projector to fit in there. How close would I have to be to do this? Yeah, I need a much bigger screen. This is not gonna work. The screen's too small. To accommodate two projectors is too small. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to do this at another time. I'm gonna have to do this today. I'm still gonna do it today, but I'll have to do it on a 135-inch upstairs, which will be even better because that's a 505 upstairs. That is a 5,000 lumen projector sitting upstairs, a Chrissy 505. So let's do a 505 next to this same projector. We're going to put on a higher scale because the projector we have over here is 43 at 1920 by 1200. But the one upstairs is 5,000, 1920 by 1200. And we're going to do that today. We're going to take this projector right here. We're going to do David and Goliath. We're going to do this. We're going to take a 3600 lumen projector. That's a 20,000 to 1 contrast. 600 by 800 res, 720p versus the monster Chrissy upstairs. We're just a 505 at 5,000 lumens. It has a 3,000 to 1 contrast. It's WXGA, and like I said, let's see how that works out. So I think that'll be better. All right, I think we're done here. That's basically about it. All right, so the 1 quart special sale we're having is going to end on the 17th. It may be extended if it basically 17 falls on a day in the middle. Like say if it falls, because our ship out day is Friday. So we want to make sure everybody is able to get their paint shipped out on the ship out date. That's why I started the sale early, because I want to make sure there's enough time in there for everybody to place their orders before Friday comes up, before the driver comes up and drops them off. If the 17th falls on like a Wednesday or something, we'll just extend it until Friday so everybody can get their orders taken care of through Friday. All right, so let me check the mark on the date on that, and I may be changing all that in the website today. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. You'll have a blessed day. We will be back. I'll be back in to do that demonstration upstairs as I promised, and then we'll take a motorized projection screen outside, and we'll do a 235.1 outside, also using the same projector. All right, thank you all for your time. I have to go. Be safe out there, and God bless.